Okay. Good morning, student. Welcome to Department of Zoology, Sri Mulika Devi Mahavidyalaya Nigots, Taluka Parne, District Ahmednagar. In last video, we was discuss the cultivation of mulberry plants. In that, we was studying some important aspect. For example, cultivation of mulberry plant. Then, which type of the mulberry variety are found in our country? Then, which type of the season or climatic condition required for the mulberry cultivation? After this, we are also study the propagation, then planting, then types of propagation. In that, we are studied the vegetative propagation and seeds. Through the seeds you can also propagate the mulberry. Then last point of last video lecture, that is mulberry cultivation in irrigated condition. In that we also learn the which type of the varieties of mulberry plant will be suitable for the irrigated condition, then selection of land, then preparation of land, then planting material, then which type of the fertilizers and which type of the cares will be take in mulberry cultivation. Now, today we are start the next important point, that is non-irrigated rain-fed condition mulberry cultivation. You know, the non-irrigated or rain-fed condition, it is a very important point in mulberry cultivation. This type of the cultivation is performed more than 75 percentage all over 75 all over in India. They show 75 percentage mulberry cultivation under the non-irrigated condition. It will be called as rain-fed condition. Let us start to study the non-irrigated rain-fed condition or mulberry cultivation. In that first one, that is which type of the variety is suitable for the non-irrigated or rain-fed condition. In that S30, then S34, S13, RF S175. These are the very good variety for non-irrigated condition. This variety show the on an average leaf production, then well growth of mulberry plant, then they are also show very good plant in insect or disease resistance. Next important point, that is selection of land. In that, in previous lecture we was also studying there is some requirement. They required a proper soil for the cultivation of mulberry plant and well growth of mulberry plant. In that flat, slightly lumpy soil, it will be called as clay soil. Sandy, lumpy soil will be preferred for the mulberry cultivation. This soil show are there also show the pH in between the 6.5 to 7 point. That is non in not in very high acidic, not in very alkaline in nature. They show on an average pH for the well growth of mulberry. The mulberry is deep rooted plant. So the top of the soil is dug, dug out up to 60 to 90 centimeter for the planting of mulberry plants or your branches. Such type of the land is required for the cultivation of mulberry plant. Are you understanding? Next one, that is very important, preparation of sand. You know the planting should be before the monsoon. So it is necessary to take some precaution to avoid the our mulberry plant loss. So before the monsoon, deep digging up to 30 centimeter, because you know it is deep rooted plant. So before monsoon you can done the deep digging in your farm, or it is called in your soil up to 30 centimeter. Then it will be exposed in the sunlight during the summer, because you know after the exposing the your soil in the sunlight, that time you are kill the some hazardous bacteria, some life stages of insect, or it will be called as pest. For example, eggs, larva, dead larva, or another matters are present. This matter is uh, cause a damage to the mulberry. So to expose your soil in sunlight, because to clean your soil from your insect or any other weeds, then any vegetables are also present. So it will be clean up your land for the for the cultivation of mulberry plant. Next one that is very important, pit system for the planting. It is prepared a well space for the mulberry plant. So you can always focus on your pit system. In that, you know, pit is measured about the 35 centimeter into 35 centimeter into 35 centimeter in size. This space is optimum for the mulberry plant. You know, it is very close growing plant. So to provide the particular space, if you are not provide particular space after the growing your plant, it is very closely into each other. So it is very difficult to harvesting during the harvesting. So avoid this problem to always prefer one standard space between the plant and pit, or it will be also called as row also. Then put some mixture of soil, that is FMM, that is farm yard manure or compost. These are the basic requirement for the soil. So you can provide these fertilizers or compost or manure to the your soil. This will be helpful for the well growth of mulberry plant. I hope you are understand. This is very simple point for the understanding. Next one, it is very important. Planting material. You know, if you are cultivate your mulberry plant in your farm, that time you are always kept in mind, that is to choose or select the proper planting material. Varieties, yes, 13, yes, 34 is recommended to the non-irrigated condition of mulberry cultivation. So to take some uh, principle during the selection of plant material, that is first one, that is cutting. If you are interested to propagate your plant, your mulberry plant through by using the cutting material, this cutting material should be 8 to 6 to 8 month old, because this period is optimum period for the mulberry growth, and they have the ability to reproduce ourselves also. That is 6 to 8 month old branches should be selected for the cutting material. These branches have the 10 to 15 mm in diameter. Length is about the 20 to 22 centimeter. With this cutting material required 3 to 4 healthy buds, because the new branches will be come out from these particular buds. So to observe these are the requirement to select. If your branches will be show such features, you can select for the as a cutting material. To clean all the branches without any damage to the wood, that is wooden material of your branches without any damages. You can select it. Then you can use for the your cultivation, mulberry cultivation. Next point, that is initial care and fertilizers. You know, after the cultivation of the plant, it is necessary to take initial care. Without initial care, it is very difficult to the initial care and fertilizers. It will be required for the well growth of plant. You know, if you want to grow your plant in fastly, then healthy, that time it is necessary to take care and provide the necessary fertilizers also. The weedings through the light, digging after 2 to 3 months, and first dose of NPK in it is required for the well growth of your mulberry plant. Then second weeding, that is removal of unwanted grasses from your mulberry field. This will be completed after 3 months. The first weeding followed by the second dose of nitrogen. The amount of nitrogen is 25 kg in per hectare in form of urea, ammonia, and sulfate. These are the provided to the additional nutrient to your mulberry plant, so your plant will be grow very well, condition, healthy. They show n number of mulberry leaves on their plant branches. So it is necessary to take the care and provide the one proper fertilizer dose also. I hope you are understand. Next point, that is pruning of mulberry plant. Pruning Pruning is a judicial removal of undesirable or unwanted branches from mulberry plant. That is called as pruning. Means if your plant show large number of branches, but these branches have some uh, difficulty in growing the leaves, then they are not grow healthy leaves, that time it is necessary to start the pruning. This will be helpful for following improvement in your plant. The objective of the pruning is to give the proper shape and size to your mulberry plant. So if you are observing your plant is grown in unwanted branches, then their shape is not in regular, size of the plant is very large, that time it is difficult to harvest your mulberry plant. So you can start the pruning. Second objective, that is improve the leaf yield or improve the quality of leaves and adjust the leaf production also. The pruning is helpful to improve the leaf production. After the pruning, you know the excess amount of the nutrition is not wasted. They are going to the proper branch. So this branch is show very good leaves production. Then this production is well in quality, because whatever your nutrients present your plant, they are reached to the particular branch. So to cut or to remove your unwanted branches from mulberry plants. Next objective for easy leaf harvesting. You know, leaf is a a primary and a principal raw material of sericulture. So it is necessary to harvest leaves in daily, but this work is not in not required the large number of skill, but whatever the skill it will be required, they are provided by the easiest way. So easy to handling your mulberry plant. Pruning is also important. Next objective, to direct energy of the plant. It will be already discussed with you. Whatever the energy, whatever the nutrients present in your plant, they are reached to the optimum or specific branches. So your branch will be grow good, well and good leaves in your branches. This pruning is done after some interval because you are get or you are benefited the above aspect from your plants. I hope you are understand what is the pruning. समझ में आ रहा है क्या आपको? The leaf yield, second year, first year the mulberry leaves is not produced in large quantity, but second year 7 to 8 metric ton leaf from 1 hectare in 1 year per year in 4 to 6 harvesting. 7 to 8 metric ton leaves is a very large quantity. These are the gain from the 4 to 5 harvesting of mulberry plant. Means आपको जो mulberry leaves मिलने वाला है 4 या 6 हार्वेस्टिंग करने के बाद 7 to 8 metric ton leaves you are getting. Second most important sentence, that is third year 10 to 12 metric ton leaves per hectare per year will be get in 4 to 6 harvest. This will be only happen because of pruning. समझ में आ रहा? Means pruning help to increase your leaves production. समझ में आ रहा है क्या आपके? ठीक. मेथड्स ऑफ प्रूनिंग, कौन से मेथड देखेंगे आप? मेथड्स ऑफ प्रूनिंग. Bottom pruning. In that bottom pruning, the plants are cut at the ground level. Leveling is 10 to 15 centimeter above the ground. This type of the pruning is done only one time in year. The pruning is helpful to the increasing the leaves production, and for this purpose we are adopted some method, that is bottom pruning. In that you are cut the branches at the ground level. समझ में आ रहा? And this will only कितनी बार करने का है? साल में एक ही बार. This is the very important. You are not do the bottom pruning in some after some interval, after some period. For example 3-4 महीने हो गए, चलो बॉटम प्रूनिंग करें. नो, ये नहीं चलेगा. आप समझ में आ रहा? ठीक. मिडल प्रूनिंग. The branches are cut at 40 to 60 centimeter above the ground level. मिडल प्रूनिंग में क्या करते हैं? 40 to 60 centimeter से ऊपर वाला भाग you can cut down from the ground level. After the bottom pruning, subsequently cuts are made at 40 to 5 centimeter in height. These are the middle pruning. Next, collar and strip system. In closely planted area, these types of pruning is done in that branches are cut at the ground level. मैंने पिछले स्लाइड में बोला था, sometime if your mulberry plant is growing in a very close area, that time it is very difficult to how to harvest because जगह ही नहीं मिलेगी आपको जाने के लिए. So to cut your such unwanted branches at the ground level, that is called as collar pruning. समझ में आ रहा? And this will be very near to the ground level. So if you can look this one, that is these are the healthy branch. ये जो अपने को दिख रहे हैं, ये these are the healthy branch, these are some dry branch. So using the cutter you can cut this branch. After the cutting, you know, whatever the energy or whatever the nutrients present in particular main branch, it will be goes to the these healthy branch. Ultimately you are getting the large or healthy leaves production. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा? Next point, that is direction of mulberry planting. You know, it is very common, but this step is very essential during the mulberry cultivation. The direction of row of planting depend upon the light intensity and direction of wind. You know, your mulberry plant is very green in nature and they are very fast growing, so they require the large number of sunlight also. इसके लिए आपको, you are always kept in mind the direction of planting, because you are provide the proper direction to get the more amount of the sunlight and to avoid the wind direction also. Because if wind flow is very fast, that time our plant will be damaged. So to avoid this problem, always kept in mind to fix out to set your plant in proper direction. That is mulberry seedling plant, it is seedling planted, so grow either north south or east west direction. These are the suitable direction to the your mulberry cultivation. Tropical region, mulberry plant will be grow in any direction, because you know tropical region show high intensity of light. That is maximum time your sun will be rays out and they provide large number of light intensity to the your plant. So any direction you can cultivate your plant in your farm. Next one, that is, समझ में आ रहा है कि डायरेक्शन क्यों देना पड़ता है? It is necessary to provide the proper direction to the your plant, otherwise the plant growth is not in well condition, or ultimately our leaves production will be decline. समझ में आ रहा है? Planting distance, a distance मैंने अभी बोला था, distance is very important, because if your plant is very closely growing in your farms, that time you are facing the some difficulty during the harvesting. So these are the distance in pit system and row system, irrigated system and rainfed system, that is 0.9 to 0.7 meter in row between the two row. Spacing between two plant, that is 0.9 to 0.45 meter in between two plants. In row system, that is irrigated, 0.45 to 0.60 meter in between the two rows, and 0.45 to 0.60 meter in your two plants. These are the optimum space provided to your plants, so your plant will be grow in well in condition. I hope you are understand. The quality of leaves. The leaves which is dark green, soft, thick, with good moisture content and high percentage of the protein, such quality of leaves will be yield in better silk. You know, the leaves of the mulberry plant is a raw and principal food material of silkworm larva. So you can provide the quality of leaves. The leaves will be very dark in color because it is attracted to your larva. So larva will be continuously feeding
such green and soft leaves in earlier stage during post 2 star stage. आपको समझ में आ रहा? The larva show five star or 6 star. So that time, if their growth will be growing in nature, but in earlier stage, you are always provide the soft leaves, green, tiny leaves. Thick leaves is provided after maturation of the your mulberry silkworm larva. But these leaves contain the good moisture, then high amount of the protein, starch. Such healthy food material will be helpful to increase the your silk production, because if you are provided good quality of the leaves, that is food material to the your larva, ultimately the larva will be produce very good quality of the silk, and the silk will be high in amount. समझ में आ रहा? So these are the whole information regarding your chapter number 4, that is cultivation of mulberry plant. I hope you are understood all the points. If you have any question, any difficulty regarding this point, you can ask me in your comment box. I will try to give the answer of your question. Thank you very much.